Mike, we are live.
We are. We're live from the Secret Stash.
Good morning.
Listen to that music. It's deafening.
Oh, my God. It's so loud.
So loud.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Live from the Secret Stash. I am Christian Cortez, one of three hosts, joined as always by...
Not much.
Whoa, I heard myself again. But I'm joined by the ever so wonderful...
I'm Michael Zapsik. And also, to my right...
Julia Zapsik.
The beautiful Julia Zapsik. Hello.
The
Julia
best.
Zapsik. She is the best, isn't she?
Absolutely.
Yes. So, yeah.
So how you doing, man?
Doing good.
You feel like talking nerdy to me?
I'm going to talk nerdy to you, buddy. I love it.
Sweet.
So, this week, oh my goodness, where do we start? So, last week we had the big old 25th anniversary of the Secret Stash. Can't thank you folks enough.
Oh, boy, did we.
Boy, howdy. And it was a lot of fun. Did a lot of stuff. Then we came on last Wednesday, exhausted. I think I slept through most of it. And hon, you were...
If you asked me to recite what we talked about last week, I couldn't tell you.
Not a damn...
I'm sorry.
Did we talk about... Did we speak English? It was mostly gibberish, which was one of my favorite... it is my favorite language. I speak gibberish fluently. And so we took a couple days. I had a passing in my family. My dear sister-in-law, Donalyn Giegrick Zapsik, passed away. And Thursday and part of Friday, we were, doing family stuff. And then Saturday and Sunday, we actually did something very cool. We did some outside stuff Saturday, and it was a gray, dingy weekend. It was rainy and just not fun, and it was cold. Yeah. And for me, that's like the light before, or the dark before the dawn. And every May there's that. It's cold and rainy and sloppy.
There's like that last leftover weekend of shit.
Yeah. It's like winter being like, hey, you know what? Go fuck yourselves. You're going to see me again, but here, let me spit on you before I leave.
I spit my last breath at thee.
That's exactly. Yeah, it's con. You are con. And that's pretty much what it does.
Oh, man.
It's like a dog that comes into your house and takes a dump on your rug. That's exactly
and then it goes away, and then we get 90-degree weekends from moving forward.
Moving forward. But no, we have had God bless New Jersey. We have had spring.
Yes.
So I'm very happy about that.
At least 2 days of spring.
We had 2 days of spring. And it was glorious, folks.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, so we did that stuff. But on Sunday, we got up early. And I dragged this poor, beautiful young lady and my youngest son on we went on a comics crawl. There was a comic book con.
Yeah. It was more of just a point of information. So when we say comics crawl, it's been something that the family's done forever, right? And what we'll typically do is we will pick a place to eat, right? One time it was like the best wings in New Jersey. Other time it was the best pizza in New Jersey. So we'll pick a place, or even out of state, we'll pick a place to eat, and then we'll just Google like comic book shops around there. And then we just go to all the comic book shops and hang out and meet people. And it's awesome.
That's so cool.
This was like an abridged comics crawl, because we had a particular mission. We met and have become friendly with a guy down in South Jersey who's basically the godfather of comics and collectibles in South Jersey, in Central Jersey area. And he organizes several events throughout the year where he invites.
This is who you kiss the ring?
Let's give him a shout out. His name is Bill Bean, and he runs
Frankenstein Comics. Yep.
What a great name.
Yeah, it is. It is a great name.
It's not in Swedesboro, but it's close to
it's very close to Swedesboro. Swedesboro, Glassboro area, like exit 2 on the Parkway, for those of you who
I like this nerdy family tradition. I might apply that to my own.
Parkway, exit 2 is like Cape May.
Oh, sorry, Turnpike. Yes. Turnpike, you're right.
I'm not correcting you to be a dick.
No. Correct me, because I don't want you to end up in Atlantic City looking for
on the Parkway for like 27 hours. And it's like,
are we there yet?
Yeah,
but Bill knows pretty much everybody in Jersey when it comes to comics, and he runs great shows. And we always walk away. I mean, we came home with like 4 or 5 boxes this time.
Came up with 4 boxes of stuff that
and
this is
personal collection stuff?
No, we bring it back for the store. I mean, every once in a while, I did find a couple things that I want to read, like Poison Elves. I picked up a copy of Poison Elves.
Poison Elves.
I know. I
like to read
haven't
that.
gotten into it yet. I picked up a copy of the Mouse Guard.
Yes.
Ah!
Mouse Guard.
Mouse Guard's
Yeah.
actually excellent.
Yeah.
That was supposed to become a feature that once Disney bought 20th, they axed it. And I was so excited for it.
No way, because I'll have to bring it in. Have you actually read it?
I've read parts of it.
Okay.
I do recall it.
When I finish it, I'll have to
Mike,
bring
I'm
it
sorry.
to you. Yeah. It's
I read parts of it. I read the parts. That,
I read parts of it and the synopsis,
I read
and I
the
was
part-
like, I like it.
I read the part that the guy said that it's about mice.
I like the part with the
swords.
thing in that
Yeah.
place.
well, so far it's really cool. And you know what? It might be timely, Christian.
Yeah,
They might resurrect it because some of the themes are
a
pretty.
bit prevalent.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I like that tradition, y'all.
Yeah.
I would encourage the people at home to try that. Go on your own comics
Sometimes
crawl.
we're able to hunt for other people. Like I took a couple of lists with me of folks that had sent in lists to request for comics at gmail.com, which
So you were on the
everyone-
lookout for something.
yeah. So
Okay.
people will send
I have
us,
my list, yeah.
and he has his
Okay.
list of things that he knows that reservists and folks are looking for.
If you look forward,
yeah.
beyond that camera. I'm sorry, honey, I'm just cutting you off left and right, but right there, those two spinning racks, those are all they're sets that we put together here,
Mhm.
and they're runs. There's full storylines.
I see a Kingdom Come right there.
There's a Kingdom Come.
Mhm.
That's all first printings. There's a Captain America Reborn. There's a whole bunch of like different storylines and mini series that we put together, and we have a box that's just stuff that's going.
Yeah.
I've got like 1, 2, and 4 of that one, so I've got to find number 3.
Mhm.
So I go out looking, and it's
Yeah.
no fun to go on eBay. eBay's got just about everything, but it's no fun.
Yeah, no,
It's
it's
the thrill of the hunt.
it's not the looking through the bins and being like, aha, pay dirt.
Right.
Yeah, no, I get that completely.
Yeah. So I think that what I've been out with you now on 3 runs for the store where we just kind of go in and we trade paperbacks, back issues, and I'm getting better, right? I think that
You're
my
amazing.
success rate this time at picking out books that Michael was like, oh yeah, definitely put that in the pile, was 75% this time. So it's
75%.
gone from about 40% where I'd pick something up and be like, what about this? And he'd be like, yes or no. This time it was like, I was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Picked up some good stuff. Yeah.
We got a question from Ed Weird. Are you guys ever going to do another live sale auction? You did a few and they were fun, but haven't done one in a while.
That's very true. That's because Ed, I did not. Ed is one of our reservists, and Ed, your stuff is going out today.
Ed's the man.
Ed is the man. He's an Uber fan.
He's the best.
And let's give a shout out to a couple of our Uber fans. We got Chris Hewitt, Scott Hoverman,
And Mark Lamb.
Mark Lamb, and we've also got
obviously.
all the way up Bill McCaslin. Bill McCaslin.
Bill
love you, man.
commented before the show
started. I love you, buddy. That's awesome because we pregame a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
We talk about stuff that we're not supposed to talk about, But yes, we will. And that gets me to something that I was gonna reveal as well. So it's been a busy weekend. So Sunday, that took that up. So we get here, and I'm very excited because we've got our 3 boxes, and I'm like, yeah, baby, we're gonna. Yes.
Oh,
4. I'm sorry, 4
boxes. We had 4 boxes.
Yeah, it was
Even more goodies.
Yeah, I know. So I bring them all in, and Julia had to run up to our business office and
Do some work there.
to do some work there.
Mhm.
And she's like, when I get back, we'll go through the boxes and we'll do sets and wall books.
Mm-hmm.
So someone comes in, and I'm just gonna like skim this.
Okay.
Someone comes in and they sell me comics, and bam! And I'm sorry, I'm gonna quote Jay, bickety bam. It's like, holy crap, it was
Bickety bam!
It was a beautiful
It
collection.
was a beautiful collection. And I'm like, oh my God. And I started, I have, it's Wednesday, haven't even gone into our boxes.
Yeah.
Our 4 boxes.
And you're still
up.
going through.
And that's after having
amazing.
bought a collection right before the event, which again, it's still sitting in boxes because we just haven't had a chance. We're going to be able to dig in really this week, I think, and start to sort through some of that. So no, we have. It's been a great 2 weeks in terms
God.
of getting some more great material and
Acquisitions.
back issues in. So yeah, it's exciting.
You guys deserve it. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys put so much effort into making this place better than it has any, like, then it has to be. But it's wonderful what you guys do here. So the fact that you put in that much to make the experience even better for schmucks like me who come in and want these books, I'm the best.
And selfishly, it's like there's a thrill knowing that you're going to be able to put something out that someone's going to come in and look for, and they're going to find it in your store. It's like they've been looking for it. You know, it's hard to find. It's hard to get. They walk in, they give you that look like, you probably don't have this, and whenever you're able to turn to that person and be like, actually, just brought it in, just
cool.
processed it, and they're like, "Oh, and my gosh!" Light up and they're
just like, it was just for me.
I know, exactly.
And that's how I feel when I go out on the hunt, because we are hardwired. Because there's no hunting and gathering. There's nothing like that for us anymore. Mm-hmm. Hunting and gathering is going shopping on Saturday or Sunday, and finding what you need at the grocery store. It's not, we need that as human beings. I need to have something like that, to have that
experience,
that primal,
that primal satisfaction,
that primal itch scratched, where I get to go out and I get to hunt. And this is stuff that I'm like, all right, and the art of the negotiation, and how am I going to get this, and will I get this for a good price, and how can I, maximize our profits, and yada yada yada. But it's still like the hunt. It's where you pounce on. I don't go out in like a loincloth and
that'd be a very, very different.
Not that you wouldn't
approach.
If you could get away with it.
Oh my god! If I could get away,
think about how comfy would that be?
So I've got two questions for you. One is from a comment, and then one is my own personal. Sure. So, like, what's a comic? This is mine. What's a comic that you're on the hunt for right now? If you feel like revealing it, if you don't want to reveal, it's okay. But I'm curious, like, what goes into, like, that's on the list for my hunt next?
I got it.
What is on the list for the hunt next? I am looking for, to be honest with you, Christian, I've got, here, I can pull it up on my phone. I've got a list that I keep going with.
That you keep adding to?
Yes.
Okay.
Where are you? I am looking for...
put it out there in the universe, man. If you want to, if you feel comfortable with it. If not, no worries.
Gotcha. I'm looking for Justice League versus Avengers 2 and 4.
Okay.
That's one of the things. And I'm also looking for Shadow of the Batman number 3. It's elusive, but it's like a $10
Shadow
book.
of the Batman?
Yes, it was the reprints of all the Marshall Rogers and Steve Englehart run of Batman when they did Detective Comics.
Okay.
And that's where you get the laughing fish.
What age is that then? The reprints of what age?
Bronze Age.
Okay.
Bronze/Copper. The Bronze Age started in, as I said before, in 69. 69, 70, 72, about 87. That's the Copper.
And
that's the Bronze Age.
And these are reprints of the books from those eras?
Yes. So these came out.
Comics College, people. This is me learning.
Yeah,
so okay.
These are reprints, and this is the way we used to get them before trade paperbacks were widely circulated.
Okay.
Because everything was still on a month-to-month basis. So, they would reprint these books and put a little extra in at the end, and they'd be $1 book as opposed to like a 50-cent book.
Yeah.
Because it's printed on nicer paper, and you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I get to get this at an affordable price, because comic stores, very, very hard to find. Sort of like now,
weren't comics? Especially back in the day, there weren't like specialty shops where there. There was more or less just like in the back of the grocery store and stuff like that. Like they were just a part
they were at the pharmacy or at the 7-Eleven. They were on the squeaky racks that you see right over there that we still use in the Secret Stash. So lots and lots of fun.
Okay. Oh, and the second question was, what was your best in the wild grab from Mark Lamb?
My best in the wild grab. Wow, that's a great question. I got
my gosh, look, Jay and I match. My ADHD is on full display today. Jay and I match.
Well,
see?
Yes, you do.
$15,
awesome.
Little man.
Yeah.
Put this shit in my hand. Anyway. This
got,
goes for you too.
Sorry.
I want to know for both of you, the best in the wild comic.
Avengers
grab.
57, the first appearance of the Vision.
Ooh.
Yes, I got it for. I talked the guy down. We were negotiating, and this is during the Comic Book Men when we were on TV, and we had a particularly good convention, and we were in I think it was it Louisville? We were in Louisville. Ming and I were in Louisville, met Carrie Fisher.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing. She was great. We were only in town for like 38 hours. Very specific number of hours because we could only be there for that long, yet we were at the con for 2 days. Mm-hmm. And it was like really squeezed in. We got there in the morning, went right to the con floor, didn't even check into our hotel until like later that evening. And, then we had to be back here we left Sunday night.
Oh, wow.
Like Sunday night at
Take the red eye.
We did. We took the red eye and we had to be here to film Comic Book Men on Monday. So it was actually really cool.
That's pretty awesome. Oh, wow. Well, that answers that question. There's a couple of questions here that I'm like, I want to go down the list. Do you have any horror comics? Can you recommend any? I know you have quite a few horror comics.
We have plenty of horror comics here. A lot of the indie titles are very horror-centric. I believe House of Slaughter.
We just recommended a couple. I think it was the episode that we kind of blazed tiringly through.
Oh yes, I'm sure we did. This is actually all right. Now, if you're looking for newer horror titles, I Hate This Place. It's really funky and it's not exactly what you expect. And I believe this was supposed to be called the original title was Fuck This Place. So sort of like Fuck Fairyland.
Yeah.
And it became I Hate Fairyland. It's I Hate This Place and Fuck This Place.
Fuck This Place.
Which is very cool.
So there's probably there's an uncensored version of that title somewhere.
There is. Sandman has aspects of horror in it. That's
I would say so.
Yes, that's a very horrific series to.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's directly a horror series, but it does have some terrifying moments.
Of course. There's a book that I'm also searching for. Actually, no, I'm not searching for. I'm waiting for them to be sent to me. Mm-hmm. It's I Am Legend by Richard Matheson.
Wait a minute.
That Will Smith movie.
Wait, isn't that originally called a Mega Man?
No, it was I Am Legend. And it was originally made into a movie back in the early 60s with Vincent Price in it called Last Man on Earth.
Oh.
Last Man on Earth. And, I mean, if you're looking for a manly man, I mean, why not pull Vincent Price out?
Yeah,
he's your guy. I love Vincent Price. I think he is just amazing. I love
one of the
him
goats.
Egghead. Oh, my. Yes, of course he is. You know, he created
He's
Edward
Vincent
Scissorhands.
Price. Come on.
Yes, he looks like a mad scientist, for God's sakes.
It's one of those names where when you bring it up, it goes without saying. You know what I mean? Like Vincent Price to me, like I remember growing up, listening. Well, no, he was in it. He played Vincent Van Gogh in a Scooby-Doo cartoon for a while.
Of course he did.
So I knew him from that, and then my mom was like, "Oh, you need to know all the old school horror."
Oh my God! And his filmography is only 1/4 horror, but once you get tagged by somebody as a horror guy, you're a horror guy. You're
stuck.
Yeah, I know. He was, and do you know where he's from? He sounds British, doesn't he? Sort of like.
No, he's from the U.S.
Yeah,
I think
he's from St. Louis.
That's
yeah. Well, it's the same thing, same premise as the guy who was on Lost in Space. The gentleman who played Dr. Smith.
Oh, okay.
Hey, hello everyone. He affected that accent because nobody really took him seriously because he was a Jew from Brooklyn.
Okay.
And his words, not mine. He did. He trained himself to speak like this, Will Robinson.
Okay.
Oh, you know what?
He gave himself an accent.
ADHD moment again.
Yes.
You need to tell. So, Christian, remember how when Michael was waxing eloquent about that Dracula book?
Yes.
The vampire book that he had as a child, he saw as a child. Well, I didn't get a chance to tell you, but he actually found it and bought it for himself.
Oh,
so
man.
I know, but he's got to give it to you. You've got to read it.
Yes,
you have to. Yes, I think that's like going to be one of your homework assignments.
I was trying so hard.
I know we were trying to be like very surreptitious, but yeah, no, we were too late. We was too late.
I'm happy you found your childhood book.
I know.
I really am. But I'm mad as hell that you did.
But now talk to us a little bit about when you held it again in your hands and you were able to review it again as an adult, were you delighted, a little bit disappointed? I mean, because sometimes
it felt thicker but I was a little kid. I was like, how old did it came out in 72 or 74. So that would have made me like 7 or 8 when I had this book. I was 8 years old when I had this book, and it felt huge. It felt like this huge dictionary, but it's not. It's like that then. So, but it felt so much thicker, and I read through a couple of pages, and I'm like, oh man, that's pretty awesome. But it's not. It felt more epic than it was.
Yeah,
so sometimes you can't go home, but it's still pretty cool.
It's personally epic. It's not like in the grand scheme of things epic. Like this is a book that secretly has the best vampire information. But like for you, it was your time machine.
Was that your first book where you read about vampires, or
no? I've read
okay.
about vampires before, but this is the first like encyclopedia of vampires where it had all the lore. Because you grow up as a kid. I mean, we just got stuff. I mean, we learned stuff sort of through osmosis.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, back then, if you asked a kid how do you kill a vampire, we would all have known. You jam a stake through its heart, drag him out in the sunlight. I mean,
garlic.
Well, holy water will burn
Holy
them.
water.
You know, garlic.
You add garlic for good measure.
Yeah. Well, if you're Italian, you like garlic, so
cut off their heads.
That must be the worst thing in the world to be an Italian vampire.
Probably a Sicilian vampire, maybe. Perhaps.
Oh no!
Yeah. No, I'm not going there, buddy. Sorry.
I feel a popcorn moment coming on.
Oh God, no!
Okay, but you have to give a little bit of the inside joke about why Sicilian vampire is. No, we don't have to.
Inside
we're going to spare. Okay, all right,
we're going to spare our people.
If you know, you know, kind of a thing.
If you know, you know. If you don't, put on your cape and figure it out.
Sicilian vampire. Mm-hmm.
See,
that was good. That was good. There was a comment here that I had seen that I wanted to shout out. Shout out to Shane Bauer. We did get your music. I'm going to be reaching out to you shortly, my man.
All right, Shane.
Someone asked me what was my favorite superhero growing up, and to be honest with you, it was very basic, but it was always a tie between Spider-Man and Superman.
Of course,
I Spider-Man for me as a kid, I had started that love because the movie came out at the time, and my mom and dad were like, oh, then you got to read some of the books and you got to see this. And then for one of my birthday parties, I was fully dressed up as Spider-Man.
Oh,
and at the time, my dad had known a Cirque du Soleil performer he was friends with. And I was small enough that he actually made it that I could climb on the wall. He held me, and I remember climbing up the wall in my house. Like, it's one of my, I hope I never lose that memory. It's one of my favorites. So it's always a tie between Spider-Man and Superman.
That's like kind of heartbreaking. Like, I hope I never lose that memory. But, goddamn Alzheimer's. I know it's coming. It's like, no, don't do that. I mean, come on.
But no, it's you know what I mean? I mean it kindly, but I very much, it's one of my favorite memories. But yeah, those are my 2 favorite superheroes. I know you asked for one. I gave you 2.
All right, Christopher Hewitt, another Uber fan. And you kidding? For me, you're all super fans.
Yeah. So everybody here who's watching is much appreciated. So it's also helping us because we're still tired and recovered from that weekend. Oh man,
it's getting better though. It's getting better.
It is getting better.
Oh, for sure.
Are we? Did you do the top 5?
No,
oh, okay. You only did one of the top, and then we got
one.
Okay, we have 4 more. We have 4 more to go.
We have 4 more. I hate this place. This is really good, and there are so many different titles. If you want to call the store and pick my brain, 732-758-0508. You can call the stash. You can pick my brain anytime you want, as long as I'm here and answering the phone. Because sometimes I don't, and sometimes I'm not here. So give us a call. All right, Shaolin Cowboy.
Ooh.
Cruel to be kin. This is actually, I love Jeff Darrow. His artwork alone makes it worth it. Shaolin Cowboy he's a monk. He's a Shaolin monk who travels to the American Southwest because he's enamored of cowboys, and he has powers. And Calamity tends to find him,
Oh my
And
God, that's amazing.
Look at this. This is Jeff Darrow who did.
This is number
You
one.
want to hold it up?
Big
so
Guy and Rusty.
Anybody
Yes.
who's
This is numero uno. That's all you need to know about the Shaolin Cowboy. But this is like one of his.
That is such a cool premise.
This is one of his offshoots. Like Hellboy had many different miniseries.
Cool.
Okay.
Next.
Immortal X-Men, number 2, numero uno, numero dos.
I was about to say.
God.
Numero dos.
All right, the Immortal X-Men. If you haven't been following the X-Men, Jonathan Hickman brought them into this phase of being X-Men, where they have their own island, continent / whatever you want to call
Compound.
it. Yeah, it's theirs. Their country. It's
what was it called
country.
again?
It's called Krakoa.
Krakoa.
And it's also Krakoa was the island that brought the new X-Men together, the international team: Wolverine, Storm, Colossus, Thunderbird, Nightcrawler, and Banshee.
What was the name of the location that Magneto started? Like
Genosha, but he didn't start it. He took over.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Genosha. Genosha was where they used mutants as slaves.
Yeah. Okay.
It was like it was very,
and then he
very
went in and took
apartheid-like.
it because I was going to say this isn't the first time that
No.
the mutants have claimed territory as
No.
their own. And okay.
No, this is Krakoa, and this is all the mutants, all the time. They banded together. You've got Charles and Magneto and Dr. Sinister and Apocalypse all working together towards a common goal, which is not to destroy humanity, although I'm pretty sure that Sinister and Apocalypse are like...
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah, they're like, you know what?
Might as well throw it in there.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. But now the Immortal X-Men, they've got these councils, and Hope Summers has just joined the one of the councils. I think it's called the Quiet Council. And it's interesting because you see all of these X-Men. Selene, the Black Queen, was denied membership onto the council and in favor of Hope Summers. And Hope is the first mutant born after M-Day, which is Scarlet Witch saying no more mutants. And so that was why she's named Hope, because she gave hope to the mutant race.
The mutant. Oh, wow.
And she was raised in the future by Cable. She was just an orphan.
Oh.
Cable's a busy guy.
Cable is...
Really? I mean...
for being the son of Cyclops and a clone of Jean Grey, yes, he is very, very busy.
That's who Cable is truly?
Yes.
He's the son of Cyclops and a clone of Jean Grey?
Yes. Madeline Pryor. She was the Goblin Queen. So, there's like...
See, I feel...
50 years of X-Men.
Yeah, because I mean, that's... I'm thinking of movie Cable. Yeah. So, like, I'm already like, what? That's such... Okay.
Pretty cool, though, right?
That's pretty baller. Yeah. So, what is this one? Because this is a crazy cover of coming up next.
Oh, Flash?
Yeah.
The Flash. This is Flash number 782. And this is Flash and Kid Flash. And I'm going to name who they are. It's not Barry Allen Flash. This is Wally West and his cousin, Wallace Allen. So there's Barry Allen, Wally West, and Wallace Allen, who is it's very, very odd, but that's
what's
how
odd
the
about
family
it
goes, because it's Wally West and Wallace Allen. And I don't know if anybody in your family, do you have cousins who have the same name?
Similar, yeah.
Not similar names. The
same name. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, it is.
I don't.
It's confusing.
Yeah, it's very confusing. So, and they made Wallace Allen. He was the new Kid Flash is black, which is pretty cool because there was no Wally West in the New 52, which is where Wallace is from. So.
Okay.
They revamped Wallace
is
he Wallace West? I don't know.
Are you enjoying the storyline?
It's amazing. This is fantastic. But it's Wally is taking over as the Flash, where it was Barry back in the day. Now Barry is off doing
something.
Whatever.
Who is your favorite Flash? Is it Jay?
It is. I love Jay Garrick. Jay Garrick is he possibly is my favorite Flash because I just dig the costume and the fact that the helmet was great.
Oh yeah.
I grew up reading about Barry, and Barry was very straight-laced and very stiff. You know, he had a stick up his ass, and he was very Midwestern. And it's very interesting because back in the
reserved and hard to get to know. Like, was that part of his storyline that he was
a little bit, but he was also very anti-Russian. Like back in the 80s.
Oh, well, there you go.
He was like the Ruskies. You know, he was Wolverines. That was Barry Allen. He was very, you know, these guys are liars. They lie on behalf of their government, and you know.
That was like a major part of his character for a while.
Yeah, and Wally too. Wally, when he was with the Teen Titans, there was a character called Red Star. He was originally called Starfire, but he was
Wally, not Wallace.
No, Wally. This is Wally West.
See, it is confusing.
Yes. So Wally he's like, I'm Midwestern. I don't trust anyone who's Russian because why are they here? They're here to spy on us. They're here to, you know, destroy our way of life. They hate capitalism. I'm like, that is such a narrow view to take, but I understood it back in the day. And it's like one of those lines that you're walking, you're like, I like this character, but I don't like what he stands for completely.
It's conflict. Yes. But that's also what makes characters so great.
Exactly. That friction, because most of the other Teen Titans are like, hey, Wally, you know, don't beat the crap out of this guy, because he was there to.
Don't be a dick to the Russian.
Well, the Russian came over because he had to eliminate a threat that his a misguided person sent this woman over to infect all these people. She was like the patient zero, and people were getting sick, and Red Star came over to eliminate the threat. He was going to kill her.
Okay.
And Wally's like, you cold, heartless bastard. And they convinced Red Star not to kill her, but to bring her to a hospital and let her, you know, let them try to help her. And if not, let her die with, you know, dignity. And he's like, my way is better because it spares her pain. And they're like, what kind of a monster are you? He's like, listen, today was supposed to be my wedding day. And that girl that just died, that was my fiance.
Ooh.
So he's like, go fuck yourself. And he turned his back.
It ain't the type of day.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, don't mess with me. And he should have beaten the shit out of Wally a little bit more, in my opinion. So
okay.
But I love Wally West. I mean, you know.
You are clearly a big Flash fan.
I like
for sure.
The Flash, yes.
Okay.
But I didn't love that part of it.
That part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is him meeting Iron Heights has a warden by the name of Gregory Wolf. And we're going to see what happens. He's not on the up and up.
Okay.
So.
In this particular comic line, it's the because I always thought Amanda Waller was the head of Iron Heights for a minute, wasn't she?
She's the head of Bell Rev.
Bell Rev
Penitentiary.
Okay.
There are many Supermax prisons.
Okay. And Iron Heights is the one near Central City?
Central City, yep. Yeah. Then there's Bell Rev down in something parish in Louisiana, like I forget what.
Okay.
And then there's Strikers Island is in Metropolis,
Ooh.
Which is also Supermax.
Okay.
And then there's Blackgate Prison in Gotham, which is, if you're not crazy enough for Arkham,
you go there.
Too crazy for Boys Town, too much of a boy for Crazy Town.
See, like, and this is a bit off topic, so I apologize, but I always thought that like DC movies moving forward, I mean, at least an offshoot of them should be like smaller stories about those type of places. Like I would love to see almost a The Rock version with any of like an Iron Heights with a Bell Rev and what was the place in Metropolis?
Strikers.
With Strikers. Like I think that'd be amazing. But that's just I don't know. That's just my own thoughts on the matter. Sorry about that. Someone had actually left a cool comment that I actually wanted your thoughts on. The Flash, in my opinion, from Scott The Flash, in my opinion, is more like a Marvel character, and Thor is more of a DC character. Just an opinion. What do you think of that? What do you both think of that? Because that's a very particular thought that I don't know. I just saw it and I was like, that's very interesting.
That's a little odd, and it depends on who's writing him, I guess, or writing them, I guess. So, yeah.
It depends on who's the writer at the time. Yeah, because I mean, there is cross contamination with writers between the major companies all the time. So it really could wholly depend on what you read.
Back in the day, you were either a DC guy or a Marvel guy, and when you switched, it was huge news.
Mm-hmm.
Like George Perez, when he moved over to DC, it was huge. Jack Kirby, huge, because it just didn't happen.
Yeah,
Jack was the architect of the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
So when he jumped ship, he and Stan had a falling out, and he went over to DC for a couple of years, and he created the entire Fourth World.
Oh, okay.
He created Forever People, Mr. Miracle, Darkseid, and he turned it into like this epic.
When he left Marvel, did he like permanently leave Marvel, or was it
for a while?
Or did he just switch sides, but then went back to the well for a bit?
He went back back in 1976, I believe it was, and he was their art director.
Okay.
He was, and he still had his fingers in Captain America. He was drawing the Captain America. Yeah, it was 76 because he did that Captain America bicentennial issue.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually really cool. He made his mark on Captain America all over again because he was one of the co-creators.
Yeah.
So,
sorry, I did not mean to get off on a tangent. What is our last comic?
Our last one is Shadow Warzone, which is I love this cover. It's
Shadow Warzone.
It's an homage to Uncanny X-Men 141, which is one of my all-time favorite covers.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's got the wanted poster in the background. But this is during the Shadow War. For anyone who spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
Cover your ears.
Deathstroke killed Ra's al Ghul, and now Talia, his daughter, wants revenge. So she put the League of Shadows out and a contract out on Slade Wilson and all of his known associates. So this is actually the stories in between the major conflict, which is really cool.
Okay. The little stories.
Yeah.
And someone had asked earlier what the actual plot of the first book was. I hate this place because you had talked about the art and the alternate title, but what is this actually about?
This is about a young lady and her partner who inherit her aunt's cow farm out in the middle of nowhere, and kind of sucks for her because the place it ain't a good place, and it's I can't even say that it's haunted. You have to read it.
It's evil.
There's some shit that goes down in here. So yeah.
So those were your 5 picks.
There you are.
And I learned some stuff too. That was pretty dope. Someone else had left a comment. I wanted to say thank you for everything you did at the Stash Bash. Y'all are the real heroes and deserve your props. Had a blast, and I'll be seeing you again in early June.
Shane,
thank you, Shane.
Sweet. That is very sweet.
Thank you, man. That is much appreciated.
Christian did so much work behind the scenes at the Q&A, and holy crap, yes, and all the interstitial videos that you did with people. And this young lady is the
which
MVP.
we're gonna get to review and put together and put out there. That'll be great.
You will see them by Friday.
Great.
Yeah, it was such a fun experience. And then, as I said in the last episode, it was really, really eye-opening to see how much this place actually means to people.
Yeah.
And I think you'll see that in the video that I make. So, yeah, I was everywhere, Shane. So
He was.
I was.
And she is the MVP. She was, my girl. Oh, my God, she kicked ass.
Oh, man.
Okay, and Joe Garifo. Joe, how do we pronounce that last name? Garifo or Garifo?
I'm still interested in that thing we were talking about, the Stash Bash. I love that.
Actually, this guy is a huge part of that thing we were talking about at the Stash Bash, along with Chris Abalo. So,
Yes.
and you know,
so
what
we need to get writing.
Yeah.
So
we'll be writing.
We will talk.
Damn straight. We will.
But yeah, if you guys have any questions for us, please send them through. This is very much.
What is the email again?
Live from the secret stash at gmail.com.
Live from the secret stash at.
Have we talked about Marty Grabstein coming in?
No,
on June
we haven't
11th?
talked about any of that stuff.
Awesome.
We got events to cover, people, because we got some
just
cool stuff happening.
Real quickly, right? Yeah. So Marty Grabstein, who, excuse me, is the voice of Courage the Cowardly Dog, and which just got renewed, I think. And they just produced a movie with Scooby-Doo, crossover movie with Scooby-Doo. So there's a lot of really cool stuff going on with that property and that franchise. So and we're going to have him here in the store. We're delighted. It's going to be June 11th. He'll be here pretty much all day. I think he's going to get here a little early, so he'll be here when the doors open.
Set up here like this.
Absolutely.
And come in. He'll sign. He'll take pictures. He'll do videos for you like Cameo. I don't know how much he's charging for that, but we'll have his.
Yeah, I mean, and it's going to be free and open to the public, so you don't have to worry about having a ticket. If you're a fan of Marty's already and you just want to come and show support and hang out with him, he will be here June 11th. And for folks coming in just to come in and hang out and buy their comics and look around the store, they're going to get a thrill because they're going to get to meet him.
It's the same as David's event.
When David came in, absolutely.
So it's the same premise where it's like you can come in. It's still an open day. It's not closed to the public.
No, absolutely not.
This is
absolutely not.
Is open and
the
free
more
to the public.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, bring your kids in to meet Marty. You know,
he's a hell of a guy. Yeah. Everyone who comes in will definitely enjoy meeting him. We're delighted to have him, and this is part of an ongoing series. I think we have after Marty, we so far have probably another 4 or 5 folks that are on the schedule to come in for the rest of the year.
Chris Campana,
bringing more creators.
Coming in. He's an artist who's about ready to pop. My buddy Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice! Look at you. That's June 25th. Richard David, Cult of Dracula is October 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got Alton Simpson who does the Vampires of New Jersey coming October 29th, I believe.
Ooh.
And then we've got Mike Mcconne, superstar artist, superstar British artist. Because if you're a superstar artist and you're not British, get the hell out of here. No, I'm kidding. He's an amazing artist. Did Exiles and Justice League Quarterly. Just a fantastic artist. And variant covers for Marvel, like up the yin yang. He's going to be here in July sometime. We're going to nail that down. But he's going to come in on a Wednesday.
I love that events are like more events like that are coming through here, because I think that especially with David, you guys had struck gold with something with that, and I can't wait to see with Marty, with everybody that comes through here eventually.
David's just amazing, and I think we've got like the right mix of people. These are really nice people that we're just trying to showcase. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you guys cover? I'm sorry, I had to take care of some business.
No worries.
But did you guys cover the Multiverse of Madness? Because I know we actually finally got out to see a movie, and
you saw it.
Yeah, more recently. Did you see it
twice?
You saw it twice. Okay.
So should we just generally speak about it, or should we
not do the spoilers?
We'll do spoilers next week.
All right, spoilers next week, folks.
This week is just us kind of just talking about it. Overall, I enjoyed it.
Yes, very much so. I did not see. There are people like, you could drive a truck through those plot holes. I'm like, no, not really. But
I'm like, okay, then cool. I'll choose not to drive the truck through those plot holes.
I understand what they're saying, but it's like, shut up.
Just
enjoy.
It's a comic book movie.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people hold those movies in high regard, and I mean, yes, you should put your best foot forward when making those type of films, but at the same time, you do have some leeway, Of
course, and you should. I'm sure Scorsese's out there going, those guys, they shouldn't have done that, or they shouldn't have asked me to do it. I would have done it a lot different.
Yeah. I saw it the first time. I actually didn't like it as much, but at the second viewing, I was like, oh yeah, I actually do really enjoy this, because I was hype more so for the return of Sam Raimi as a filmmaker,
Yes.
then like I love Doctor Strange. I loved the first movie, but like Multiverse of Madness, I didn't watch any trailers for. I didn't do anything like that. That was the first time I'd done that with a Marvel movie.
Gotcha.
And I was like, okay, I'm going into this like kind of blind. I know the general preview that they had shown at the end of Spider-Man.
Yep.
But like other than that, I made an effort to not watch any of like the clips, the trailers, any of that stuff.
I watched the trailers, but the trailers were very disingenuous. And that's kind of what I liked about it, because I'm like, I still went in blind, you know, because you think you're getting one movie and you end up getting another. And I was like, that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
And the fact that somebody came out and said, oh, it was a great movie when I saw it like 2 months ago with Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was like, you're missing the point. You're missing the point in that, yes, you know, the whole multiverse is a really kick-ass concept. And there's a reason why it's a science fiction trope, because it is so damn cool. But lay that crap aside, lay all of your preconceived notions aside, and just go into it watching the two Benedicts, both fantastic actors, work their magic on you.
Yes.
And the amazing Elizabeth Olsen. And I will say this is my favorite Marvel movie of hers. I loved watching her in WandaVision.
Yes.
I really did. I'm like, it was very sweet. And I kind of, you know, with all the Avengers movies, she's got an arc, and it's very, very sweet, and it's very touching and heartbreaking at the same time. And WandaVision was all those things. And this was the culmination of everything else. And you realize that she was a fantastic character, that she is a fantastic character.
Yeah.
She's amazing. And I want to see her Scarlet Witch movie. So.
Yeah. She for me was the standout performance, but I did love America Chavez. I loved that character.
But they never spotlit her in any of the trailers.
No.
So
no.
Yeah, that was weird. No, I think I like her character. I'm looking forward to seeing how her character is developed. You know, they're certainly setting her up to be sort of the wide-eyed, like, oh, you know, what's going on here? But at the very end, she kind of owned her badassery, which I loved. Like, she really stepped into it.
Was she in the teaser that was at the end of Spider-Man, or was she cut out? Because there's a specific shot that I'm thinking of when they have the door open and they're looking into that sanctum where they keep that book. But I don't remember seeing America's character in that teaser, so I'm wondering if she was cut out to like keep the hype. But I really did enjoy it. But here's the funny thing that I was laughing, because I went with my buddy Ray. A shout out to my buddy Ray and my friend Amy, and we were laughing because we were like, "This is a Marvel Evil Dead movie, and I've never been happier."
No,
like
he can't help himself.
He can't help himself. But like I'm watching this and I'm like, oh, he's got the Deadite vision in there. There's a sequence in this movie where it's like, oh my God, it is straight out of Evil Dead, and I was giddy.
Michael knows that I have I prefer my superhero genre like straight up badass, you know, good versus evil, head on. I don't mind the humor. I don't like when it gets silly and like
she doesn't like the Three Stooges.
I don't like the Three Stooges. I don't like the slapstick. I don't like like Ant-Man for me. I know a lot of people love Ant-Man, and I love everyone who's in Ant-Man, but what they did with Ant-Man, which is making it sort of like a
heist comedy.
Yeah. And sort of like mocking. To me it feels like it's mocking, and I mean obviously it's like, you know, but
well, they crap on Ant-Man all the time.
It's just
which bothers me.
And even in some of the Thor movies, they've kind of gone over into we're going to be so saccharine, you know, with our humor. It's kind of hard to take.
So you kind of appreciate more of the lean into the serious of it, like what it could actually be. Like, because if you delve into Ant-Man's character and story, there's a lot there for besides just a heist comedy. You could see a dope family drama.
Yeah,
in that as well. So for them to kind of lean into that, it's like I can understand that. I can understand where you're coming from with that. But with Doctor Strange, I didn't sense it being funny as more as it leaned into the terror side of Evil Dead. I know Evil Dead is funny, like especially Evil Dead 2 and anything after that.
Yeah.
But like especially I don't want to say the scene in the movie.
Yeah, because,
no.
I know
it is kind of a spoiler. But like there is a particular moment that leans into Evil Deadness. And when I say Evil Dead, I'm not necessarily meaning the funny aspect, more or less the visual element to it.
No, yeah.
But I do hear what you're saying.
You.
And Ed, yes, I can't, no. You have to watch the movie. You have to see it.
You do
Sorry,
have
buddy.
to see it.
Yeah, and so cool. So yeah, see it over the next week, and we'll have spoilers next week.
For sure.
Unfortunately, I have to get going.
Yeah,
you got a shop to open.
Yeah, we do. We got doors to open.
Well, one shop to open. So I got to get to the bank, but so don't forget to email us any questions you have. Email us there
live.
Absolutely
from the secret stash at gmail.com.
Thank you again for being here, Christian. Thank you for.
It is always a pleasure.
Have a great weekend. It's New Comic Book Day. A lot of comic book shops. Check out your local comic book shop, and if we can help you, contact us here.
All right, guys.
Live from the secret stash.
Another episode of Live from the Secret Stash is done. Take care, y'all.